Today we are going through the hottest sports cards in the sports card market over the course of the last 7 days. Welcome everybody to Sports Cards Pro. I'm Coach Co. We are going to be using the Sports Cards Pro app and checking out which cards are trending in terms of sales volumes over the course of the last 7 days. Before we get started, I would like to mention that the tools and features that we are going to be using today are the premium features, but, and this is a big but, just because you are subscribed to this YouTube channel, just because you've hit that notification bell, you are actually going to have access to the sales volume data feature right now for free just by watching this video. So we're going to jump onto said sales volume data feature. Here we have basketball. Michael Jordan tops this list. Kobe Bryant, number 2. Paolo, number 3. Michael Jordan, number 4. We've got Chet Holmgren at number 5, a name we have not seen on this list just yet. Ungraded copies of his Prism. I wanted to see if that was Monopoly. No, this is the 2022 Prism. I was curious. I was like, is a Monopoly card popping off right now? I do see a lot of people posting the Monopoly ones, so that's why I had to check. Ungraded copies are going for $3.88, or they were in April. They're down to about $3. So, I mean, 75%. I suspect this might go a little bit lower as well as we get into the off season and as more of these get pulled. PSA 10 copies are going for about $43.49. So if you were to acquire this card and grade it, you would barely break even if you decide to sell it as a PSA 10, which means you probably shouldn't grade it. So that's just a heads up. Chet Holmgren is the number 2 overall pick. Please let me know if I'm wrong. 2, Paolo. He spent the entire year injured. And I mean, the Thunder looked like they had a good team this year. So imagine adding Chet Holmgren to the fold. I mean, they might actually be pretty big juggernaut in the not so distant future. So that's probably why people are stacking up. We're on to baseball for number 2 on this list. And we've got Fernando Tatis at number 2, his 2019 Topps card with 95 sales volume. So 95 sales of this card over the course of the last 7 days. Of course, Griffey's tops this list. It seems to be a normal thing. Look here. This card back in April of 2021, ungraded, $61. And then obviously the sports card market and the economy in general starts to taper off a little bit, you know, and then all of a sudden the PEDs start happening and we're down to $8.50 for this card. PSA 10 copies of this card are going for $36. So you can buy a PSA 10 copy, and that is cheaper than it would have been to buy this card raw back then. Alrighty, so one of the reasons why this card might be doing well is because he's actually doing fairly well. And I'm surprised that the market and the hobby in general is kind of forgiving of the fact that he just got popped for PEDs. So, I mean, we'll see what happens in the not so distant future with this. But I thought that was super interesting because I thought people were just going to throw him to the wolves, and he's done. Football, number 3. All right, we've got Brock Purdy, Kenny Pickett, Jerry Rice, Jordan Love. Now, this is something that I talked about maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago on the channel. I said because Aaron Rodgers got dealt, I wouldn't be surprised to see Jordan Love have a significant bump up in terms of sales volume. And we're starting to see that now. This card ungraded was initially $27. It tapers off a little bit. And then after, I mean, it gets all the way down to about $2. And then afterwards, you see this steady climb up because now he's going to be the number 1 quarterback for Green Bay. PSA 10 copies are going for $56. We are going to take the time to check out one of the newest features on the Sports Cards Pro app, and that is the graded population report. This is very cool. This is graded by PSA, so you're actually going to have PSA pop reports present on some of your favorite cards. If you find one without pop reports, number 1, it's entirely possible that they haven't been updated just yet, and number 2, please let us know. So in the comment section, if you find one that is the card's been out for a little bit, please let us know. We will update the pop reports as we go. As you can see here, 8s, 142, 9s, we got 2,051, and then 10s, you got 1,964. So now you can use this information as well as this information to see if this is something that you want to acquire because of how many are out there. So it's not just pricing anymore. You're also going to have a whole new data feature by using the Sports Card Pro app. So congratulations, everybody. We are making it happen for all of you. Hockey is at number 4. Matty Beniers, Cole Caulfield. We have Shane Wright at number 3. So this is a player that debuted last month. in Series 2, so 2022 Upper Deck Series 2. Ungraded copies were going for about $40. Now they're down to about $30. PSA 10 copies are still pretty high at $160. So if you buy this card raw, grade it, as of right now, you could be profitable with a 9.5. You probably won't be profitable with a 9, but you'll definitely be profitable with a 10. So, you know, buy it raw, $30. You grade it for anywhere between, I don't know, 18 to 30. And all of a sudden, I mean, you got a pretty good markup. Now, obviously, not everything we talk about is going to be about profitability. Some people just like collecting for the sake of collecting, and that is fine. But you can use this information to establish whether or not the card that you want to acquire is better to buy raw or buy graded. And that's something that I talk about a lot on this channel. All right, team? So next up, category number 5, we've got soccer. Messi, number 1. Mbappe, number 2. Erling Haaland's 2019 Fußball Bundesliga. Honestly, the fact that I see a sticker on this list makes me so happy. I am a diehard sticker collector myself. I love soccer, and specifically stickers, because that is where soccer collecting heritage comes from. That's where I actually started collecting myself. I used to fill out the sticker books as a kid, and this is unofficially his rookie sticker. As you can see here, ungraded copies were going for about $600 at one point. Now they're down to about $135. PSA 10 copies, $1,250. 9.5s, $614. 9s, $246. Team, I will tell you though, these stickers are incredibly tough grades. Stickers in general are incredibly tough grades. So this actually might be one of the cases where if you buy one raw and grade it, it might not turn out the way that you expect. I've had beautiful copies of stickers that end up that's like with 7s because they're just marginally off center, or there's, you know, a little bit of fading, or whatever the case may be. So just recognize that not all collectibles are created equally. Stickers are significantly harder to grade. So just keep that in mind if you were looking to profit off something like this or acquire a certain grade. Do your own research. Team, we have UFC, and we've got a player, well, I guess not a player, a fighter on this list. And it's obviously Hasbulla. We've got Hasbulla dominating this list, in fact. So top 3 are all Hasbulla. And if you want to go even further, Hasbulla, he is dominating the 7-day volume in the UFC. With his 2023 UFC Prism card. We're going to go into his silver. We're looking at $57.20 for this card. Somehow there's already a PSA 10 copy that sold for $560. So imagine you bought this card raw for 60, you graded it for another 35, 40 bucks. I mean, if you that thing comes back at 10, that's almost 10x your money. And that's perhaps why people are doing this the way, you know, that's pretty wild stuff. 10xing your money in what, 4 months or 4 weeks? I mean, depends on what the service level was. 4 to 6 weeks. Pretty wild stuff. All right, team, we're going to see if we can do this clean sweep here and we can get a wrestler, an actual wrestler tops the list. We got Hulk Hogan top of the list. All right. So this might be the first time we did a clean sweep where there was actually a player or a individual fighter or wrestler tops all of these lists, and it wasn't a hobby box or a blaster box or something of the nature. So that's pretty cool. Hulk Hogan's number 16 card is tops this list. We're actually going to go into Seth freaking Rollins. This is the red. This is from 2023 Panini Prism UFC. There is some increase in sales volume with this card. Back in April, this card was about $4.25. It's down to about $2.50. PSA 10 copies are $42.53. So again, if you were to buy this card raw, grade it, doesn't really make much sense, especially because this is the best case scenario and you're basically breaking even, if not losing money. Team, I hope you enjoyed this week's hottest sports cards using the SportsCardsPro app. As always, please feel free to like, subscribe, comment, share this with a friend who needs this information and even needs to know about our pop reports. I mean, that's a pretty big deal. I will also mention that we are going to be running giveaways in the not so distant future. So if you haven't hit that notification bell, you're missing out for no reason. For now, Coach Co and SportsCardsPro are out of here.